Well, gee gamers, it's that time again. Welcome to Attract Mode, and a very happy 24th of September to all of those who observe it. For our first timers, I'd like to be the first to welcome you to our flagship program here on the channel, and for everyone else, welcome back. Either way, we're so glad that you're choosing to spend your evening with us. Now, do you remember what Lady Arcaders is all about? We're an all-women's gaming collective for all girl gamers, cis, trans, envy, however you are, while we're chasing the clouds away. Our group's for everybody: speedrunners, developers, puzzlers, rhythm gamers, anyone whose heart is ringing and the key that our souls are singing. For games. If you're looking to dance the night away with us, you should definitely join our cozy community. And if you're not a woman, thanks for tuning in. We appreciate your support. Now, if you've found the love that we share in September, make sure to follow the channel, join the Discord, !Discord in chat for that link, and follow at Lady Arcaders on Blue Sky and whatever Elon Musk has decided his website is called this week to stay up to date on everything that we're doing. Now, Attract Mode, this show, airs typically twice a week, Thursdays at 9 p.m. Eastern and Sundays at 2 p.m. Eastern. Check the schedule tab for the current times in your local time zone. Now, this evening, it won't be the stars that steal the night away. It will be Pcol. And There Was Never a Cloudy Day, with Pixel Art 2 Electric Boogaloo coming up. So, we're gonna get started with some... I'm trying so hard not to make the joke I was told not to make. Take it away, Pcol.
How close can I get? How close? There it is. I'm seeing it come on stream. There we go. That's not my hand. This is my real hand. Hello. I have the gay plaid. I also have this, but this is not important. You probably won't see this because it's going to be inside my shirt.
As one does.
That's not important. Don't worry about that. This is Perler pixel art. If you saw my very first check mode, actually, in September last year, not the same day, but same month, I did pixel art in Minecraft. Also, let's go ahead and start this music. Let's go. I did pixel art in Minecraft, and I made the Monado from the Xenoblade. You know, that one game that I never shut up about. That one thing. So we're gonna do that again, but a different Xenoblade thing. But also in real life and not virtually. So what these things are, these are my little tweezers. You can see I have small baby hands, so these are gonna go over here. And they're not gonna be used unless I really need them. So I have these two boxes of perlers here. I'm gonna try not to spill them. There we go. There's one box of colors. And then here is box number 2. There's a box of colors. You can see some of these I already used. And then I have this one thing that I made like last month. And then also a battery. I didn't make the battery, but I do have a battery. So whoever wants this battery, I guess I can send this to you. If you want a free battery, that's probably dead. But yeah, let's go with perlers. I also have this little sheet. When the perler is done, I'm gonna put the sheet over it and then iron it when I do my actual ironing part. And here's first perler. There we go. You can see my small baby hands. There you go. There's perler number 1. Let's go. There it is, chat. Right there. I hope you can see that. It's black. I'm already like halfway low on my black because
already, yeah. We were talking about that during pre-show. Like, we are already dangerously low on black.
Yeah. We have any guesses in chat for this? After one perler? Any guesses in chat, gamers?
Mega Man.
I wish. I still need to play. I still need to actually play Mega Man games. Here, let's do this with 4 at the bottom.
Oh, I got it. It's the paddle from Pong, but color inverted.
I mean, I don't think any of that relates to Xenoblade, but you know, whatever. You do you.
Understandable.
There might be pawing in Xenoblade, I don't know. There could be.
I mean, do you ever have to hit something back and forth?
I mean, you can hit the enemies back and forth.
Alright, that's Pong, baby.
You
Let's
launch
go.
them off the ground and then smash them back into it. And it's extremely satisfying.
Yeah, Vale brings up a good point. You never know when you'll need a battery. And see, that's more important for us because we both live in a part of the country where throwing batteries is a socially acceptable form of greeting. So
Start going some diagonal here. I might actually end up making this bigger than I'm doing it now, but we'll see.
now, are you freehanding, or do we have pixelbeads.net or something going on to help with pattern
I
design?
have a picture up on the Xenoblade wiki of what I'm making, but it's not pixel art, so I guess I'm kind of freehanding it, free-eyeing it, maybe. It fell out of my hand, oh no.
That makes sense. Yeah, we're already running into the problems with the size of the beads. Because unless you are a literal child with actual baby hands, it can be very hard to finagle those things.
This is why I don't use the tweezers, because I have actual baby hands. If I did need to use the tweezers, I would just pull this little cover off and then have it be like this, and then just pick them up this way. They sent me 2 tweezers for some reason. They sent me a curved one and a straight one. I don't know why, but I just always use the curved one because I feel like it's easier for me if I need to use it. I don't know why they sent me 2.
Yeah, when you're dealing with perlers, I think the curved one definitely makes more sense.
Okay, this is already kind of being a bit smaller than I was thinking it would be, so I'm actually gonna probably move some of this outward more. Let's move some of this around. How much is that? That is 6. Well, that's too big actually. 6 is probably fine. And then let's start doing it like that. Let's go. If I can actually grab some of these blacks with my tiny baby hands. How are we enjoying the Xenoblade music, chat? It's so good, right? You understand why I never shut up about this game here now?
Yeah, we were talking about that during pre-show too. I really should probably actually play more of Xenoblade because I got to the big reveal that you live on God's leg, and I was like, oh, this is really interesting and cool, and then I just never played it again because ADHD.
Honestly, Xenoblade is kind of something you have to not force yourself to do, but you have to actually work through it, especially at the start. I mean, it's a JRPG, it always has a slow start.
Well, I mean, my favorite JRPG of all time is Persona 4, which is notorious for making you wait about 4 hours until you actually get to play the game on a first-time playthrough, so I'm not super worried about it.
I felt that when I played Assassin's Creed 3 for the first time, because that game does not start you off as the actual character that you play as, and you have to wait until sequence 5 to get to that point. And it's very annoying.
Yeah, games need to stop doing that. Metal Gear Solid 2 already did it. Make up your own twist.
I don't know why I want to do this. I guess I'll go... No, I want to go in, not out. Always go in, not out. You know, I was gonna say something else there and I stopped myself. You should be proud of me, chat. There was a certain joke that was made in backstage that I probably shouldn't say on stream, or I'll get banned.
Yeah, we were told very explicitly to avoid one particular topic, and now we're both hyperfixating on it because, of course,
I was not even thinking about it until it was said, and now I can only blame the person who said it. So if you know who you are, this is your fault.
Alright, so for anyone in chat who has never seen perler beads before, what we're doing here is Pcol is making a picture with these little plastic beads, and then when everything is all put together, she's going to take that paper that she showed at the beginning of the stream, which I'm guessing is wax paper.
I believe it is wax paper. Yep. I have a whole roll over here.
Yeah, I mean, there's a couple different types of paper you can use, but wax paper is usually what people use. And we're gonna use that to insulate the beads from a clothing iron. We're gonna melt them together, and it kind of creates some physical pixel art, which is really cool.
It has a little
that's either wax paper or baking paper. Like it won't catch fire. Like that's the important thing.
I do have this whole roll inside this box, but I'm currently using a sheet that they just gave me a whole sheet for some reason. So I have a roll and a sheet.
Yeah, and if you take care of the paper, it'll last forever.
I mean, this is the same paper that I used for the other one I showed, and also another one that I'm keeping a secret for now. I feel like I'm making this too... I did this upside down backwards. This was supposed to... You know what? It's fine. I can just turn it upside down when I melt it. Whatever. Because this bottom part was supposed to be longer. You know what? I don't care. It's gonna be the same thing either way. It's just gonna be upside down right here on the pegboard. How high do I even want to go with this? I don't know. Chat, I mean, what do we think this is, chat?
You've got 4 boards to work with, so you can go as high as you need to.
You also might be able to... It's kind of dried now, but you might be able to see water up here because I spilled water on it in backstage. I tried to clean it, but I did spill a little bit of water. Don't worry about it, chat. You want to see the reason why I spilled the water? I'll try not to spill more water again. Here's the reason why I spilled all the water. My trans sippy cup. There it is. It's so good. I was tilting it too far back to show it on
That's
camera.
Very good.
I was tilting it too far back to show it on camera, and some dripped out the back, and now my pegboard is kind of wet. It looks like it's dried now, but it should be good, hopefully. Yeah. I'm trying to...
I mean, if anything, it'll be dry by the time you get to the ironing part.
I'm also not gonna get all the way up here, because I don't want it that long. How high do I want this? I'm trying to look at this picture I have. I'm just gonna go across now and see what it's gonna look like that. And then see if I want to go higher, just to test this. Because I'm not melting it yet, so I can still take any of these beads off if I want to.
Yeah, and even once you melt it, like there is like some amount of going back and fixing stuff depending on how far along you are.
People who haven't played Xenoblade probably have no idea what this is. Also, what is this song playing? I don't remember what this song is. Is this a song from Free that I don't remember? Yeah, I want this to go a bit higher, actually. Oh, you know what? The reason why I probably don't recognize this song is probably because it's from X, which is the one I haven't played. That's probably why. Yeah, this sounds like a Xenoblade X song, that's probably why I don't recognize it. See, now that feels like it's too high.
Yeah, that's one of the problems with like perlers as a medium. Like if you're not doing like a 1-to-1 sprite, it can put you in these funny positions where you just can't quite get what you're looking for, right? So you have to compromise one way or the other.
And like you can never really like match colors exactly. So
yeah, like that's true too.
Kind of deal with what you got. I'm actually gonna move this bottom part a little bit higher too.
Yeah, like there is multiple brands of beads, so you can get a pretty wide color palette, but like they are still at the end of the day physical plastic beads, so you're not going to be able to get like the perfect 1-to-1 color match for a lot of things.
Yeah, so people who haven't played Xenoblade, specifically Xenoblade 2, probably don't know what this is at all. I might explain that more once I start coloring it, because it's a lot of lore. See, now I feel like this might be too high. I also have to remember that I accidentally started this upside down, so I'm looking at this upside down from what I actually want. Maybe I should also make this part a bit wider too, actually. Make that 3 instead of 2. Or you know what I could do? Honestly, I'm just testing things at this point. I could make it wider. Oh, I feel like this is too wide now. Maybe. It also doesn't help because I'm at an angle doing this. Like I'm like this way, so I'm having to like come in through like an angle. So it's kind of like hard to see what I'm doing on like this side of especially. Yeah, I put what am I even doing anymore? I need to move these for a second. I need to think about this. This is 4 diagonal. See, this is just math again. I'm a speedrunner. I can't be doing math. Okay, so that was right there.
Yeah, like what is this, Zelda 1? We don't need math in this speedrun.
Like now, this is did I do this right? I don't know what I did. It feels wrong, but I'm also looking at an angle, so I guess maybe that's good. I don't know.
Yeah, the camera is also at kind of an angle, so I don't even know how much help chat can
Oh, I
be.
see what I did. I put 3 on one side and 2 on the other side. That's what I did.
Yeah, like that's right.
See, it's also hard because I'm only working with one color right now, so I'm only looking at one color. Yeah, this would probably be a point where I want to use the tweezers, but I'm too stubborn with my small baby hands to do it. Wait, also, no. This right here and this right here need to be the same length, so I might need to move these back. Oh, chat, it's time for tweezers. I'm resorting to tweezers.
Run and valid.
Let me see if I can. I've already forgot what I'm doing. What did I say I'm doing?
You said you were gonna do something with the tweezers. I don't think you actually like said what you were gonna do.
Wait, I was gonna move
the
these. I was gonna move these in more because these up here and these up here need to be 2 lengths or the same length. So wait, no, hold on. What am I doing? I forgot already. Fuck. Dang it. Hecky. No, I want. This is what I want. You can see my shaky hands too. This is also why I don't use the tweezers, because my hands shake too much. Can I grab it, please? I can't see what I'm grabbing.
Gonna have to get you one of those like head-mounted magnifying glasses like I use for my soldering.
Here, you know what I could do? It'd probably help if I used a flashlight on my phone to maybe brighten this up. Here, there we go. There's me using my flashlight on my phone that has a broken back on it because I took this back off because I was playing with it too much and I ripped all the glue out. So now these parts don't stick together anymore. I showed that in backstage too.
Yeah, y'all came in here thinking you were gonna get like Perler beads, but we're just instead getting a whole bunch of Pcol lore.
See, that's what happens with me. I just can't shut up about Xenoblade, and then I stop talking about Xenoblade and can't shut up about other things.
Yeah, Crime wants to know if you got any games on your phone.
I have... Actually, this was a question of the day in the server a while ago. I have, Chat, you're gonna hate me for the name of this game. This game is called Balls. It's called Balls with a Z instead of an S.
That game whips.
It's... I don't know how to describe it. I guess what it is, it's not Pong, but you have like a bar that shoots the ball, and then there's blocks you have to destroy with the balls, but then you get like power-ups that multiply the amount of balls you have, and each block has like a different amount of hits that you need to hit it with to destroy it. And if every time you shoot the balls, the blocks go lower, and if the blocks reach the bottom of the screen, you die.
Yeah, so it's like a Breakout or an Arkanoid type game.
I need to move these in more, I think. I'm trying to... I see what I did. This has to be here, and this has to be, please. I'm trying to grab you. I went back to my small baby hands because I don't trust this anymore. I know what this song is though. I didn't recognize the Xenoblade X one, but this is the song from Xenoblade 1 when you're in the refugee camp. When you first meet Charla and she talks about Colony 6. Wait, this is still wrong somehow. Okay, I moved all of those and I have to move them all back. RIP.
Unfortunate time loss on this split.
I'm such a bad speedrunner. This is why I speedrun Xenoblade 2. That takes like 4 hours. Or more if you're me at last year and have the game crash on you like 5 times and you have to do a whole chapter release twice and you go overestimate by like an hour. That was fun. I remember making everyone stay up until like 3 AM for that. Or actually like, I think it was like 7 AM. I remember watching the sun rise through my window while doing that run. That was fun. Is this... See, this is my other second use for the Shreezers. If I don't use them the proper way, I use them to count. Because I'm bad. This is... goes 1 and 3, and then... Okay. It probably just looks weird to me because I'm at the angle that I'm at. I know what this song is too. This is the Spirit Crucible Elpis from Xenoblade 2. The one where in the speedrun you just jump down all the giant tower or all the giant holes in the ground. Because it's just vertical. Okay. Hopefully this works. I'm using so much black, I'm gonna have to buy so much more black after this. My black was already like halfway empty when I started this.
Yeah, like this is a fairly affordable hobby to get into until you start doing bigger pieces, and because the price of pieces rises exponentially with the number of boards that you're using. And you start to go through beads very quickly when you start getting into 4+ boards.
And like basically every pixel art has black in it. Especially as the border, so you like need black constantly for everything. See, now I don't like if I... like how high I went with this. I feel like I went too high again. Maybe it'll look better when I color in, but I feel like I'm gonna actually lower this by 1, maybe. Maybe 2. Grab it, please. Fingers, please. I need my fingies to actually do what I tell them to do. Okay, that's probably the best I'm gonna get for that outline. I'm gonna start... Okay. I have like 6 greens here. What green do I want to use? I don't know if I want to go darker or lighter for what this is. I'm looking at my picture and it's a lot lighter in the picture than maybe what I want to do, so I might go a bit darker. Maybe. I'm gonna test colors real quick. I'm gonna put green there, and the green right next to it, and then this green right next to it. Chat, what do we think? Which of these greens do we want to use? I'm gonna look at chat again. Which green?
I'm not gonna lie, the first 2 look basically the same on the camera.
Oh, I see that. Hold on. What if I separate them? What if I put this one here and
put all of them? Yeah, put all of them in your hand and like hold them up to the camera. I think that might work a little better.
I just don't want to drop these and never be able to find them again.
Yeah, that's a little. The spread was a little better. Yeah, just put them in your hand and hold them up.
I vote green, thanks.
Yeah, very helpful. I think that the middle one is very aesthetically pleasing and would probably work well
I probably
with
want
the Perler palette.
I probably want to go darker than I'm thinking.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking too.
I might use this one. Put a green in the middle there, see how that looks. Now I'm gonna put these 2 back. This one here. Okay. Made it a poll. Okay. I'm gonna need someone to screenshot that poll for me when it's done, because I do that all the time for clips if I need to. I probably won't use it in a clip, but just in case I do, actually. Okay, I don't even remember which green that was. Is this the same green? It looks like the same green.
The one that you put in is the green that everyone is currently voting for.
Also, I should probably start doing... not from the middle, I should actually do like the inside on the edges first. Honestly, I might still change part of the outline. I don't know. I'm so indecisive. You can probably tell this about me just from watching me do this. So this is a Xenoblade 2 thing. I'm sure people know about Pyra and Mithra, right? We know about Pyra and Mithra in this channel. That's the thing we know about.
I'm sure you've told everyone multiple times, but for those of us who weren't there last time, what's the cliff notes?
So Pyra and Mithra are they're a thing. Oh damn, it's playing sad music. Oh no. They're a thing in Xenoblade 2 called a blade, which is basically like a living weapon that is bonded to a human, which is called a driver. And blades, they get born from a driver resonating with a core crystal. And then that core crystal basically is in the chest of the blade, and it basically their heart. And if you destroy the core crystal of a blade, then the blade never gets reborn. But if you just kill the driver, then the blade reverts back into their core crystal, and then after a certain amount of time, they can get reborn through a different driver. But they lose all of their memories with the other driver that they had. So Pyra and Mithra are blades born from a driver. But they're not just any blade, they're a special type of blade called the aegis. Or if you're playing in Japanese, the holy, what is it, the thing from Arthurian legend, the holy chalice or whatever it is?
The Holy Grail.
The Holy Grail. They're called the Holy Grail in Japanese if you want to play in Japanese. And then the aegises are basically like special blades. They're like the master blades, like the leader of all blades. Every blade that exists, they send their data of their life experiences back to the aegises, because they're like the master blades. And so they're, because of their core crystals, they have all that data in their memory. So if you've heard me talk about Xenoblade before, you probably know that Pyra differ computers, right? We know this. This is common knowledge. Basically, Pyra and Mithra are computers. They just handle all the information of all the blades that exist. And then this object that we're making is the core crystal that they have in their chest, basically. Not all core crystals look like this. Core crystals are typically just like blue, like round shapes, circles. Not exactly circles, they have edges. But these are, since they're special blades, they get a special shaped core crystal. I could explain why they're shaped like this, but you know, that's a lot of Xenoblade lore to go into that we probably won't have enough time to go into. But if anyone wants more Xenoblade lore, I am in the process of working on a massive Xeno series lore rant. So there's gonna be more Xeno lore talk in the future eventually, once I finish that.
Yeah, and I think the Super Bosses showcase that we were gonna do finally got rescheduled too, right?
Yeah, that got rescheduled too. Can I say when it is? Prime, can I say when it got rescheduled yet? Am I allowed? Or you can say yourself. Do Alphys's version? I mean, it's basically just the same thing, but red. We got rescheduled for Super Bosses 2. Was it November 1st? I think.
It's whatever the first showcase is in November.
Yeah, whatever. We're ending Halloween month after. We're ending Halloween month with Xenoblade, so basically, we're gonna cleanse all our palettes of Xenoblade.
Yeah, I mean, I can check the website real quick. I'm just sitting here vibing. Let's see.
I think it's like November 1st or 2nd or whatever.
Yeah, I know it's the very next thing after my Scary Month showcase, which I don't know if that's like public knowledge yet, so I'm not going to say anything else. But let me take a look at the schedule.
Pyra, Mithra, and Adaptanium, the three mythical allies that make up Sephiroth's... That's not how that works, Indy. What are you talking about?
Yeah, it looks like as of right now, Xenoblade Chronicles 3 Future Redeemed Super Bosses is scheduled for November the 2nd at 9 p.m.
See, now that I'm doing the colors, I feel like I made the black too high again. But also, I have to keep reminding myself that I'm doing this upside down, and I'm also at an angle, so maybe it just looks weird because of that. Did you not see Avatar? Listen. I mean, Pyra and Mithra are elements. They're not elements, they just use the elements. Pyra uses fire and Mithra uses light. Elemental attacks are a real thing in Xenoblade 2 combat. I'm not gonna start talking about Xenoblade 2 combat because it's too confusing and it's not related to lore. Or it is related to lore, but you know what I mean. Pyrite and Mithril. What? I don't know what you were talking about. You're all destroying my Xenoblade lore. Can't be doing this to me. See, I'm just gonna finish coloring this in and then see if I like it enough to not change it.
Yeah, well, for whatever it's worth, that is the color that won the poll, by the way.
It's also gonna look a bit different when I actually do the ironing because the beads will go more flat from the heat. They shouldn't look like this once I iron it, assuming I actually do it correctly. But this is also like the third perler that I've made, so I'm still kind of learning. So this seems like a Xenoblade X song again because I don't recognize this.
Yep. So it's safe to assume that if you don't recognize the song, then it's probably the one game you haven't played.
Yeah. I technically did start Xenoblade X like last month. I played it for like 2 hours and then stopped because I got distracted by other things and just haven't come back to it yet.
See,
so I technically have started Xenoblade X.
Yeah, see, I have the opposite problem with 2DX, because, like, I've played that song for a very long time, but there's also, like, 2,000 songs, so it's very normal for, like, one of my friends to be playing a song, and I'm like, huh, that sounds really good. And then I go look at my own scores, and it's something that I played, like, 4 years ago.
I still need to actually also go back and play the original Wii version of Xenoblade 1. Because I didn't play Xenoblade 1 until Definitive Edition came out on Switch in 2020. I still knew about Xenoblade at that point, and I knew the story of Xenoblade 1, I just never got to play the Wii version of it.
I mean, nobody got to play the Wii version of it. Nintendo only pressed, like, about 50,000 copies or something. It was so hard to find.
It was also exclusive to GameStop, too.
Oh yeah, that was like that brief period where we were flirting with exclusive vendors. Yeah, I didn't like that timeline very much.
Also, Xenoblade just had a really hard time coming to America in general. Which is why all the characters are British. Because they were localized by Power Regions, European voice actors.
Yeah, it's definitely a franchise that, like, never really took root over here. Like, I definitely, like, I played Xenogears growing up, and I know other people that played Xenogears, and I played Xenosaga, but, like, it was kind of like Persona and SMT, like, it just kind of didn't take hold over here until, like, that one game that went super viral.
So you've played more Xeno than I have, actually, because I still haven't played Xenogears or Xenosaga. And I don't know how I'm gonna get...
I mean, that's only 3 games, because, like, Xenogears is, like, 1 game, and Xenosaga is only 2 games. So I think we're probably tied. You know more than I do, though, because those were, like, one-and-done games for me.
From what I know about Xenogears, it was originally gonna be a Final Fantasy game, and then was changed to a Chrono Trigger sequel, and then changed to Xenogears, and then was also developed as Part 5 of a Part 6 story.
Yeah, I'm not super sure about any of that, aside from it was originally supposed to be possibly
Are we talking Final Fantasy VII?
I think Xenogears came out before Final Fantasy VII, maybe.
No, it didn't.
Did
Hold
it?
up.
I don't know.
No.
I don't know dates.
Also, hi chat. I think they can hear me. I'm 99% sure they can hear me.
Chad, if you can't hear Schala, they're talking
no,
about Final Fantasy VII.
Yeah,
Schala using God mode. Okay.
No, Xenogears came out after Final Fantasy VII. Though there is a reference to Xenogears in Final Fantasy VII. but no, it came out about a year later.
I know Xenogears is on the it's on the PlayStation Free PSN store for like $6.
You should play Xenogears. But to answer so Xenogears was, so the early days of FF7 are a very interesting time where there was like a whole bunch of different like possible pitches that kind of all happened at once. We almost got FF6 too, but then everyone got sidetracked by Chrono Trigger and finishing that game. But though you do have the N64 like style FF6 demo that got released, which is an interesting little like side thing. But no, Xenogears did get pitched as the possible like FF7, but then everyone kind of decided that no, it was sort of needed to kind of be its own thing, and so then it went off and got developed into its own thing. Though but you could definitely tell that there's a lot of like FF6 and FF6 influence, and there's also like influence between Xenogears and FF7. If you know like early FF7 stuff, like originally Genova was supposed to function more like Miang does in Xenogears.
See, I don't know what any of that means because I don't know Final Fantasy.
It's okay. Okapi, did you at least get what I meant?
Yeah, like I totally understand, and honestly,
Yes.
like as convoluted as the original translation of Final Fantasy VII is,
Yes.
and even in the original Japanese, like the storyline is a mess. Like we
It kinda
all
is.
have real big rose-tinted glasses for Final Fantasy VII, and I'm glad that the remake is kind of unconvoluting it to a degree because it was very.
Is it?
I mean. There's a lot more detail, which certainly helps.
Well, yeah,
but
but FF7 remake and original game FF7 are two different creatures entirely.
oh yeah, for sure. I mean, like if we're being honest, like Final Fantasy VII and 8 are both like humongous messes in the story department. Like, I went through a Final Fantasy 8 kick recently and played through a storyline overhaul for it. That like completely removes time compression and changes a lot of things around to where it's like it's still the story, but it's done in a way that makes a lot more sense. And it's like, wow, okay, like now suddenly this game is sensical.
I feel weird removing the time compression though from FF8 because at least like then you kind of get rid of part of Ultimecia's like driving force. Like, did they still do the whole thing where she sees herself die? Well, not really, but where Adia sees Ultimecia die.
Yeah, it still goes through that. There's just like I don't want to spoil it on the off chance that anyone wants to go through and play the reunion mod for themselves, but which I highly recommend. If you have Final Fantasy VIII PC, play the reunion mod. It's really good. No, it changes around the details of like how like Ultimecia works, and like time compression turns into something that's kind of in the same line but makes a bit more sense. Because time compression is just like a really big like it feels very Doctor Who hand wavy, whereas you're just gonna undo everything because time travel, and we're just supposed to nod and accept it, which doesn't make sense outside the context of something like Doctor Who, in my opinion. But I digress.
I'm sorry, everyone. I came in and I just derailed the Xeno conversation.
Listen,
That's because
we all know what we signed up for with having me do something on here.
Yes.
Of course, there was going to be talk of Xeno.
Of course, yes, but like basically, I have a lot of affection for like that particular primordial era of FF7.
Well, I mean, not just FF7 though. Like that entire like Sega Saturn first half of the PS1 lifecycle era of JRPGs is just absolutely fascinating to go back and study how everything came together, because there are like so many like games that came out in that era. Like, you know, we had, you know, Xenogears and Final Fantasy VII, of course. We had the Chrono Trigger
Chrono
excuse
Cross.
me. We had Chrono Cross, we had the Chrono Trigger Quasi remake, that added in the anime cutscenes as part of one of the Final Fantasy collections on PS1.
Yes.
We had
You had Final Fantasy II finally get released.
Yeah, Final Fantasy II came to the West for the first time. We had Grandia, which is amazing. Arc the Lad, Legend of Dragoon, Legend of Legaia. There's like so many like really storied RPGs that came out in that time frame, like on the disc-based systems. It's just an amazing time to go through if you're a fan of the genre.
I should say when I say like primordial, I mean like there's a whole like subset of like FF7 like lore and discussion that is just based off of what we know from the planning stages of the game.
Yeah.
So like all the stuff that kind of got like discussed really early on, which Square Enix has shared over the years, as compared to what made it into the original game. So there is this sort of like the FF7 that kind of didn't exist kind of like thing.
Yeah, like that in and of itself could like easily be.
It is a whole
like
book.
A gigantic, like, story in and of itself.
Yes.
Like you said, there's a book like specifically about it.
Yes.
Like it's just wild.
Please go read 500 years later at FF7 oral history. which is the thing though is that it's surprisingly a lot about Square as a company as much as it is about FF7 in particular. It's a very good read though.
And now Square is like overprotective of Xenogears and doesn't let it like do anything regarding Xenosaga or Xenoblade.
Well, because Xenosaga and Xenoblade are two are completely different. Okay, technically.
What if I said that Future Redeemed, the DLC for Xenoblade 3, has a lot of Xenosaga stuff in it, and Bandai Namco, who made Xenosaga, is literally in the copyrights of Xenoblade 3 now?
Well, yeah, but that's different than the relationship between like Square and the Xeno series.
Square just needs to like actually release their games.
Well, I mean, it's something where so they have been releasing new Xenogears merch, which is pretty interesting, I think. So there's been like a whole wave of like Xenogears merchandise that's come out. But it would be something where this is just me sort of looking at it from like a bird's eye kind of view, where I feel that if they just did like a very basic port of Xenogears, like that would almost, it's an interesting thing, like if you had the option to like do Xenogears properly, like would you do Xenogears properly? Like that's like kind of like more of the question.
But see, like I feel like a lot of people don't feel like Xenogears is ever gonna get re-released because of all the stuff that's in it. Like if people say that if Xenogears was released now, it would probably be like an adults only game, honestly, because of the stuff in it.
Give me a second. I've been given a request to add myself to the overlay since I am talking.
Yeah, how am I gonna clip this? With like, what color should I use for you when you're not on the overlay?
Oh no, I usually like blue, but give me a second and let me actually add myself to the overlay. But I meant more like, I don't feel like this is like a spoiler, but like, you know, one of the things with Xenogears is that the second disc is unfinished.
Yeah.
So it's like if you okay, I can add myself as a commentator, but I won't really be able to make myself do the light up thing because I don't have my ID pulled. That's fine.
As long as people know you're here.
Yes, I can make that happen for sure. Let me just double check and.
But yeah, the way that Square treats like a lot of their older properties that they've just been sitting on forever is kind of a thing in and of itself too. Because like, I'm one of those people that like anytime there's even the faintest rumor that something might be happening with Chrono, like I was legitimately depressed when the Chrono Break trademark expired and Square didn't do anything with it. And then they announced the Chrono Cross remaster recently, and I got excited thinking maybe Chrono Break would finally happen, and nothing has happened with the franchise since the Chrono Cross remaster, so Like, they're a weird company when it comes to a lot of stuff, unfortunately.
Well, it's something also where, you have people sort of, coming and going, and like I had very mixed feelings about like Crisis Core Reunion. Because it's Crisis Core but done without Hajime Tabata,
Right.
like the director of the original Crisis Core. It's a weird thing, because on the one hand, yes, I am really, really happy that it exists. Also, quick flicker while I make that happen. But at the same time, though, it's also like, yeah, but we had to do without like the original. Not like they really added or changed anything, but it is this sort of thing of kind of doing stuff like without like some of the same people, and and that's sort of why. Like, could you we talk about like the possibility of redoing Xenogears where you actually have a you actually have like discs too. Like, can you do that without I think it's she goes by Soraya Saga. I'm going to make sure about that one. Yeah, I got that right. Yeah, good job, me. I remembered. But can you do a Xenogears Disc 2 without Soraya Saga like there?
Should try. Bring Xenogears back. I know that there's like a lot of naked people in it, and there's a scene of a child covered in blood with their mom's blood on their face. Should I mention it on this stream? Is that appropriate? Is that allowed?
I mean, you kind of already did.
Listen.
Good job, Pcol.
That's just in Xenogears. I'm just saying what I know about Xenogears without playing it.
It is something where, like, if you like redid it, like, how much of that
like, how much
stays,
would they have to censor?
Or yeah, exactly. It's been like not to link everything back to Final Fantasy VII, but it has been a thing with Final Fantasy VII Remake where, one of like the segments that was done in the original game, which had like all this sort of like really interesting blood, like had to get censored to being not blood.
That's like in Ocarina of Time where they censored Ganondorf's blood to be green instead of red.
Yeah, exactly. So it is interesting how you can kind of you can get away with less now, in a weird way.
Yeah, and the unfortunate thing about that too is, like, if they did re-release it more or less as is, and it was AO, it would just automatically be banned from Twitch, like, based on the AO ruling, which would suck. But it is what it is.
I mean, I can't.
Is in Tales of Vesperia. Thanks, critiqued.
And I can't say anything because I speedrun Haven, which does feature side boob and naked people and all that kind of stuff. So.
Yeah, I mean, none of that stuff bothers me personally, but like for all the people who like don't want to play the game themselves, or they just want to see like their favorite streamer run it, or they want to watch Pcol speedrun it, like now you can't do that on Twitch. Like it's just like I would be interested to see what would happen if it did get re-released, but I'm not sure that it will. I think if they like re-released it like with an HD facelift and left it like more or less the same graphic style and everything, they might be able to get away with it and just leave a lot of it to your imagination, but who knows.
But like I said, like it then feels weird to do the thing and not take advantage. Like, if you're going to be redoing it anyway, do you just leave all the chairs?
Yeah.
it's like you have the opportunity to do Xenogears with money. Will you not do Xenogears? But with money this time.
A lot of people also want a Xenoblade X port to Switch, but the reason why they can't do it is because they basically have to remake the entire game. Just because of how much stuff they put onto the gamepad that they would have to move into like an actual controller.
Also, I've been trying very hard to make my indicator light up, and I don't know why it's not.
So this whole Xenogears talk, I think we're finally done with the actual thing. I think
Yay!
I don't know why this part is like all fucked up. That's probably because of the pegboards being
You
dumb.
swore.
Listen,
Yeah,
I already
it's-
did earlier. Listen.
Yeah, I think that's just the pegboard separation.
Yeah, it looks fine.
But I have this sheet now. I don't know why there's like a...
Yeah, I mean,
Are
if
you
you
gonna
had
make it
some...
into a necklace?
I don't know what I'm gonna do. I think I'm just gonna stick it in my drawer that I have.
Okay.
Because
That,
I was
that's what my
talking about this
perlers
with the
do.
person who did my tech check for this. Because every time someone does a tech check with me, we always end up talking for 2 hours afterwards. So we were talking about
Same.
what do we do with perlers? And it's like, I don't know, I just keep them in a drawer.
Magnets is a good option. I'm always a fan of perler magnets.
See, I don't know how to do magnets.
I mean,
You just hot glue them to the back of the
Yeah.
perler.
Yeah, you just hot glue them. Get yourself a glue gun, Pcol.
See,
Yeah, or
I
like
would, but
double-sided tape.
I have bad memories of glue guns because I burned myself with one before.
Okay, double-sided tape and a magnet then.
Bad.
Oh,
but-
you can use mounting tape.
Yeah, there you go. Gorilla glue and a magnet. Like, there's
Uh-huh.
options.
I have iron. I'm gonna burn this. We're gonna set things on fire. Hopefully not, but I'm gonna use heat.
Let's go.
Um,
Pyromania.
For some reason, they say to only put it onto medium, but I'm gonna put it on max because for some reason medium doesn't seem to work as well for me. So I'm gonna completely ignore what they say and not do it.
It depends on the iron. It depends on your technique.
Well, this is-
ironing perlers is kind of an art into itself.
This is the all the stuff I have is from the same company. So this is a actual iron from the company I bought all this stuff from, and they specifically say to put it on medium. And medium doesn't work as well for me, so I'm gonna do max. So I'm gonna break the rules and not do what they say.
Be gay, do crime.
Do crime, be gay, do crime.
Yeah, be gay, do crime.
Get my gay flannel there. I don't know if you can see that because of
I saw it.
well,
Yeah,
the,
you showed
the
it.
turning of the dial thing. Because it's right under the handle of the iron. So I'm just gonna hold this and wait for it to heat up until I can start smelling it. No one else is gonna be able to smell this but me. Also, of course, it's playing church music. I promise this is real Xenoblade music. There is a church in Xenoblade 2. It's on the back of a giant flying dragon.
Of course there's a church in Xeno games. What? Who else are you going to fight?
You do kill the Pope in Xenoblade 2, I will say that. He's the one that you do the golf strat on that I did at last, where he comes out of the hole in the ground and you do golf and you kill him in one hit because he falls down the hole and dies instantly. So you can do golf on the Pope in Xenoblade, if you didn't know.
See, if he was in the Pope-mobile, this wouldn't be a problem.
Exactly. Yeah, just be in the Pope-mobile, and then you don't have to worry about people doing golf on you.
I wish he was called the Pope in English, but he's only called the Praetor. But he is called the Pope in Japanese, so, close enough. Okay, I'm gonna wait a bit more for this to heat up. I was about to touch this and just to see how hot it was, and I was like, wait, no, that's a bad idea. I probably should not touch it while it's hot. I don't want to burn myself live on stream.
Do not burn yourself live on stream.
I
Yeah, it
already
is prob-
spilled water on my pegboard. I don't need to do any other damage.
Yeah, it is probably worth mentioning, if there are any small children watching, that if you choose to do perler beads, get an adult help to do the iron. Pcol is actually an adult somehow, and knows
Somehow.
what she's doing.
Somehow I
So-
managed to be an adult.
I mean, technically everyone becomes an adult if you just, keep trying.
I mean, unless you're talking about in the eyes of the law, and then you just have to make it.
I'm only 24. I'm still young. That's close enough.
You're still baby.
I'm still a baby. Okay, well, I think this is hot enough now, so I'm gonna just do this in circles for a few minutes. How are we doing, chat? Do you want watching circles?
Well, we get the paper ASMR.
Get the paper.
Yeah, seeing the perlers starting to come through the wax paper like that is one of the coolest feelings.
I don't. I don't know like how long I should be doing this, but I tried to do it for like a few minutes at least.
Do you like a heavy melt or do you like a light melt?
I mean, I put the thing on max so it can actually melt through. So I guess I like a heavy melt.
I mean, do you like to have the holes closed, or do you prefer the holes to be open?
Are we talking about holes on this stream?
I'm trying so hard not to get into the hole chant.
We're going into hole discourse.
Hole.
I love holes. You know, I did just talk about shooting the Pope into a hole with golf, so you know, make of that what you will. Okay.
Well,
see, look,
I need an
this.
adult here, adult.
This is melting. Look at that.
So Pcol, since you are the one who does a lot of the video editing, can I make a request?
Do you want me to make a whole video?
Yes, there needs to be a whole supercut.
I think honestly, I think we did have plans on making an out of context Lady Indicators video, so honestly, I might do that.
Yes. So well, what you do is, you know, you have to you have to start and you have to end with whole.
Listen, I'm already working
gonna kick me out of this voice call so fast.
Listen, this was your decision. This was your decision to talk.
I was only here to talk about FF7.
This is your fault. You brought this upon yourself. For once, it's not me being lewd. It's someone else. For once. Okay, this might be enough, so I'm gonna start turning it off and hopefully put it somewhere where it doesn't set things on fire.
Okay, Critique says I'm safer right now.
I can still smell it. Okay, Chad, are you ready to see my book? There's my book, chat. I'm gonna put that right on it, and I'm gonna just let it be flat. Don't question my choice of book.
I'm questioning your choice of book.
Listen, this is the only...
Xeno, it has to be the Bible.
This is the only book I could find. It's an Assassin's Creed book. Don't worry about it. Don't question it. I know we haven't talked about Assassin's Creed this entire time, but this is the only book I could find.
Is it full of concept art?
It's... Oh, there's a blue thing. That's a red thing. What is this? I haven't opened this book in like probably 10 years. Sturgo stuff.
Is it lore?
It looks like lore, but also like concept art. See, there's concept art right there. Concept art of the French Revolution, because this is specifically for Assassin's Creed Unity when that game was set. What is this? A letter thing.
Oh, that's neat though. I like it being put in the book like that. I have this book. It's very, very cute, where it's all excerpts
History's Hitman.
From like love letters, and like a lot of like the pages will have like little like envelopes and cards you can open. It's very cute.
Yeah, is there anything better than like a good coffee table book to just like open to a random page and flip through on a rainy day?
See, I would read books if I actually liked reading books as an adult, but I don't.
See, I thought you were going to say if I knew how to read, and that would have
I
also
wish I
made
knew
sense.
how to read.
I mean, if you want the experience, you could just buy manga in Japanese if you've not learned any Japanese.
I think I do have, I think it's in English, but I think I do have an old, like, Zelda manga somewhere.
Oh, shoot. Was it the one that's done by the same creator as Cyborg 9?
I don't know what that is, and I don't know who it is.
Well, there were several different Zelda like manga series.
I think it's like a Ocarina of Time manga, so I think it retells the events of Ocarina of Time.
Okay, so that's a different one. The one by the creator of Cyborg 9 is the Link to the Past one.
Yeah, I've read that one like through fan scans. That one's really good too.
I actually own a copy. It's somewhere, but Though there actually were like they did like for like people who are like both for people who are learning Japanese and people who are learning English. There actually are like bilingual manga you can buy that like help you learn. It's actually like a really, really cute idea. I know you could buy Cardcaptor Sakura that way.
I probably might still have them. I used to have books as a kid of, like, Pokemon, where they would, like, go over all the Pokemon types and, like, show you what, like every Pokemon that is that type.
What
like,
kind of Pokemon are you?
There was, like, a water Pokemon type book, and it showed, like, all the water Pokemon up to, like, Gen 3. And I think one of them was also, like, a sticker book that came with stickers, so I have, like, a bunch of old, like, Pokemon stickers that are probably stuck on, like, the ceiling or the walls or something that I can't take down. Because they've been there for, like, probably 20 years.
Some Gugon could probably get them away. But Pcol, what is best Pokemon?
I mean, I don't really play Pokemon too much anymore, but I've always said Mudkip. Because I grew up with Gen 3 and I've always been a water-type user.
Pcol, why'd you have to water into a joke? Now I have to do the thing.
What? Did I just get trolled?
I heard you like Mudkips.
I do like Mudkip. Mudkip is a friend. Mudkip's a little guy. Don't hurt him.
No, I'm not.
That's the whole joke.
Yes. That was it. That was the whole joke.
Don't hurt Mudkip.
Did I make everyone feel old?
I'm 24. I'm not supposed to be feeling old yet.
That meme is from 2005, everybody.
Yeah, I remember seeing that on 4chan before 4chan became even more terrible than it already was.
Yeah.
I have a whole box of old plushies behind me. Do you want to see some of my plushies?
Yes. Plushies.
Here's a little Piplup I found. There he is.
Oh, what a cutie.
I
have
him.
some non-Pokemon ones too. I have like this little Webkins dog. He's from Webkins.
Aww.
He's so old and frayed.
That's okay. To be loved is to be changed.
This one actually has a history though. This one has such a history of him. I don't remember where we went, but we went on a trip one time, and we were in a hotel, and like I packed some of my stuffed animals because I was a child and I still wanted to have them with me. And then like the day we left, I couldn't find him. I couldn't find this one, and my parents had to call the hotel after he left after they got back home, and like have them search the room for him. And then like 2 weeks later, he came back, and they had to send him. This one almost got lost.
Aw, that's great though that they actually did that for you.
He was like stuck in like the sheets of the bed or something, I think. But this one has a history. He's so old.
Aw, that's so sweet.
I feel like people are gonna like this one. I have a rabbit.
Oh, I love. Show me the.
Look at rabbit.
Such a cutie.
A little bow thing on his neck.
No.
This is just the Pcol show stuffed animals section of the stream.
I mean, your Perler should be like, done, right?
It should, but like I want to show stuffed animals now.
Okay.
We're changing subjects.
Okay.
Yeah, change the title of the stream.
Okay.
I have two Torchics. I have small Torchic and big Torchic. Most of my Pokemons are like Gen 3, Gen 4 because that's when I grew up with Pokemon.
You kids and your Gen 3 Pokemon. Back in my day, we only had 151 and we liked it.
I know I have a Mudkip here somewhere. I'm trying to find him. There he is. I found him. There's Mudkip.
Yay, Mudkip!
His flat little eyes. His eyes are so flat. There he is. Now we can check on this perler. Hopefully it's not too hot when I pick it up. Or I might have to like remelt some of it, I don't know.
The book is on fire on the bottom.
Is it? Oh, it's still a little hot. I might let it cool down a bit.
I usually like to check it. Well, the thing is, it's hard. Yeah.
It's like stuck on the sheet, but I don't want to touch it because it's too hot.
Oh, gotcha.
Yeah, and if it's still fusing, if you pull the sheet, you can rip it apart.
Honestly, just to be safe, I'm gonna put the book back on it, just to flatten it more.
Now, speaking about book-assisted heat-based crafts, have you also done things like Shrinky Dinks?
This is like my first real life craft I've done, so I haven't really done too much else.
Shrinky Dinks are also really
Shrinky
fun.
Dinks were cool. Yeah.
I'm also young, so I've never heard of those.
What?
Well, I mean, like Pcol is like younger than us. Like that may not have.
Yeah,
been
but you can still buy Shrinky Dinks. You can go.
You can.
Yes, you can go to Michael's right now, or whatever craft store is near you, and buy Shrinky Dinks.
I've never seen a Shrinky Dink. What is a Shrinky Dink?
Okay, so basically what it is it's a sheet of plastic, okay? You draw on the design, though they do have printable sheets too. And then you cut it out, and then you put it in the oven. And then the plastic shrinks down and gets harder. And when it's all done, it's almost like, like the acrylic keychains. It's basically like that.
If you can think it, you can shrink it.
Exactly.
See, I just remember the weird like pill things they would like put in like a cup of water and they would grow into like a shape.
Oh yeah, the little foam animal things. Yeah, those were cool.
This is like the opposite. Instead of putting it in water and watching it grow and it becomes something soft and foamy, you put it in the oven and you watch it shrink down and get really and turn into something hard.
This sounds dangerous.
It's not dangerous. It's no
You're
more
putting
dangerous
stuff in
than
the oven.
Yeah.
It's not like the Easy Bake Oven where you're like giving children hot things. Like it tells you get an adult to help.
It does tell you to get an adult to help. I know. Now, Okapi, did you have an Easy Bake Oven? I had one.
I was not allowed to have one growing up because I had to do boy things before I transitioned. But for some reason I was allowed to knit and crochet, so I don't know, my birth parents were not very consistent.
I mostly did well. It's one of those things where it's less of a like, I guess considered weird. Like if you're so that penguin real quick, real cute.
His feet are falling off, or like the skin of his feet.
I guess it was more okay that I was a girl who liked action figures, is what I should say.
Yeah, like gender norms are stupid. Let your children play with what they want to play with.
Yes, absolutely.
Crime is gonna like this one. I have a Tails. There he is.
Yeah, it's a little guy.
I think this might be the only Sonic one I have. I remember having like a huge Sonic and Shadow, but I don't know where they are. I might not have them anymore.
I have a Knuckles plush somewhere.
I have a bootleg Blowhigh that is 140% the size of a normal Blowhigh, and she is amazing.
I have a little Lion Man. He's so tiny.
Aww, so cute.
Look at him go. Also, Indy, no, I did not have a light bright, but I at least actually know what that is. I've seen a light bright before.
Yeah, they still make light brights. That's kind of one of the evergreen toys that's just never going to disappear completely, I think.
Yeah, I saw that we have a raid from Dark Soul earlier. I don't know if Dark Soul is still here, but I have a Meta Knight. Kirby.
Yay! Oh, what a good Meta Knight.
He has a whole big ass sword.
But is he banned from Smash?
He better not be.
Oh, that's interesting. They now have... Oh, okay, so apparently Light Bright came back into fashion in part because of Stranger Things.
Stranger Things kind of like renewed a lot of stuff.
This is the biggest one I could find behind me right now. There he is. The big cow.
Big cow.
Big
cow.
cow.
Big cow.
I know a lot of these I named. I used to have names for these, but I haven't really touched these in so long. I don't remember what any of them are.
I have a bunch of the little animals from IKEA, like the little like finger-sized ones.
Oh, those are so cute.
And they're all named after off-brand budget sodas. So I have LaCroix the elephant, Shasta the pink hippopotamus, and Fago the lion. And they are perfect, and I love them. And they live on the mantle right now.
Are you going to at least name one of them Fresca?
See, that's the funny story. My friend Jonathan Campbell, who came through and donated big bucks during my Flame Fatale showcase, his handle is Fresca. And he bought LaCroix for me, so I named him LaCroix specifically to irritate Fresca.
Okay, that is okay, and I support you in doing this.
Of course, I have to have a Pikachu.
Yeah. Everyone's got Pikachu.
Look at them go.
Also, before anyone yells at me for using my friend's government name online, he did it first. Like, you can literally just go find him on Twitter.
Here, I'm gonna make people feel old. You remember Angry Birds?
Yes.
Angry Birds is still around.
And this is like original Angry Birds.
He doesn't even look angry, though. He just looks tired.
Because this is the blue one, where they like split into 3.
Yeah, he looks like he's seen some stuff in Vietnam.
This one has a speaker in it, and I was trying to press it, but I think the battery's dead. After like 20 years.
Okay, batteries usually die around that point.
Hey, listen, good thing we have a battery. We're bringing it back. We're bringing it back to the battery. You know
what size is that battery, by the way?
Size? This is just... I think it's just AA. Doesn't really say on it.
Yeah, because, like, the first time you showed it off, like, I don't know if I saw the angle wrong or whatever, but I thought it was one of the funny batteries that's, like, made for a camera flash.
Yeah, it just looks like a Duracell battery. It doesn't say the size, but it says Duracell, so I know it's Duracell. Also, who wants a screw? I have a random screw here. Anyone wants this screw?
Are you just doing perlers by the stuff jar?
I'm just doing what I want while I'm waiting for this to cool down. It's probably cool.
It's probably cool now, yeah.
Listen, I'm just trying to do things here.
Content. You're trying to create content.
It's
yeah,
still
it's
warm,
just
but it's
show
not
and
gonna
tell
burn
with
me.
Pcol.
There we go. Let's go. Look at that. There's the reveal chat.
Yay!
It's still kind of warm, but
That came out so good.
I'm gonna try to pick this up. There we go.
Oh yeah, you got such a good melt on that.
This is the best melt I've had out of the 3 that I've done. Yo, look at that. Look at that Aegis core crystal.
I still think you should make it into like a necklace.
See,
Do something cool with it, Pcol.
I don't know what to do with this. I'm not skilled in like any other real life craft. I can hold it to the camera. That's all I can do for now. Aegis core crystal. Let's go. That's Perlers. There we go. This is still warm, so I'm gonna put it down. Actually, I'll put it on camera so you can still see it. That's Perlers. It will done.
Well, if you like hot stuff, you should take up electronics, because then you can play with soldering irons.
I legit thought you were gonna say if you like hot stuff, you should look in the mirror. I was like, wait, hold on.
I mean, you can also do that too. That's allowed.
I thought we were gonna start being nice to me, and I was have to be rude.
Hey, I'm always nice to you.
I am usually nice to you.
Like, I'm nice to everyone except Indy.
I mean, Indy deserves it. He's banned.
Yeah, exactly. He's banned.
Indy needs to go back on vacation, so he can get banned again.
Understandable.
But yeah, that's Perlers. Ooh. I see people with the oohs in chat.
Uwu?
Just so I have this officially, are we calling time here on the
I mean, I
showcase?
don't really have anything else to do.
Okay.
You want to?
So
You want to see the trash that I have in my room that I haven't thrown away yet? I could show that.
Sure?
what?
I've a cracker box.
I'm going to stop the timer. Is what I'm going to do.
We're not gonna go into my bad trash habits. I'm just saying that those exist. But yeah, if you wanna find me online, I'm just at Pcol6754 on Twitch and Twitter. I don't know if I'll ever do this on my own stream. My setup on this is extremely scuffed, and I need to think of more ideas to do. So maybe I'll do Perler streams myself eventually. I don't know yet. But I do pixel art stuff. I do speedrunning stuff. I do gaming. I've been playing Mario Odyssey casually recently because I haven't played it in like 5 years, so I'm playing it again on stream. Yeah, that's basically what I've been up to, honestly.
Good stuff, good stuff.
I hope everyone enjoyed Pcol hand reveal.
It was a very good hand reveal.
It was a good hand reveal.
Yeah, that's basically it from me, unless anyone else wants to do like shoutouts or anything.
I mean, I'm host, so all my stuff's gonna come at the end. So if Schala has anything to say before we kick back to intermission.
Hi, I'm Schala. I bust through the door because people started talking about FF7 and old Square stuff. I occasionally stream. It's twitch.tv/SchalaKitty. You can find. I have to redo socials and all that kind of stuff, but usually I'm SchalaKitty, and usually I am, yelling about RPGs if you find me on social media. But yeah, we'll kick it over to the intermission, and we'll let Okapi give us a fabulous outro. So we'll be back in.
All right, welcome to the outro segment of tonight's Attract Mode. Now, before we get back to dancing in September, we do have a little bit of housekeeping to go through real quick. We do still have a limited number of slots available for the Halloween-flavored Attract Mode showcases running through next month. So if you have a scary game, or maybe something not so scary, that you'd like to show off in the spirit of the Halloween season, get on over to ladyarcaders.com and get it submitted. And if you have something that's not in that spirit, we're always taking submissions for other showcases, games, art. If you've got something related to video game culture or video games that you want to show off in the future later on in the year, go ahead and send it over. We'll take a look at it and maybe we can get you in here for one of these. We also have a very special showcase taking place in a few weeks. Lady Arcaders has teamed up with Care, and we're going to be raising funds during International Day of the Girl. This event is going to run from 12 o'clock noon to 12 o'clock midnight Eastern Time on October the 11th, which is a Wednesday. So it's a different day than we normally stream. This is going to be a chance to show off casual playthroughs of cozy games. So we want to see all your favorite comfort games, the stuff that can reliably put a smile on your face when you just can't chase the clouds away. This is going to be a family-friendly event, so all of our games have to be 2. As usual, all women are welcome to submit an application, whether you're cis, trans, NB, or part of a marginalized group. We also need hosts and comm buddies for the event, so if you're not already part of our Lady Arcaders comm team and you would like to be, you can go over to ladyarcaders.com and fill out an application. That is also where you can make your submissions for that showcase that we're going to be running on Wednesday the 11th for International Day of the Girl. Those submissions do close next week, Wednesday the 27th at 11:59 p.m. Eastern. So if you got something you're thinking about, you've got a little less than a week to get that over and submit it for us. And so for next time on Attract Mode, Sunday, we have Ina gonna come in and do some game development. That should be very interesting and educational to follow along with. If you have any interest in programming, game development, game making, the stuff that goes into putting the stuff together that we love to play, or maybe you're like me and you just like learning new things that you may never use, but you just like learning stuff, you don't want to miss that one. So again, that's going to be Sunday afternoon, 2 p.m. Eastern Time. Check the schedule on Twitch to get it in your local time zone. So that's about everything we got today. So we're going to go and raid Quacksilver, who just went live a few minutes ago. So for us, Lady Arcaders, make sure you're following us here on Twitch if you're not already. Follow us on Elon Musk's website and Blue Sky at Lady Arcaders on both of those. And if you haven't already joined the public Discord, !Discord in the chat. You can use that to stay up to date on all of our activities. If you feel like you have to follow me personally for some reason, I am Okapi573 on Twitch and Blue Sky, and at Okapi2DX on Twitter. And that's it for tonight's Attract Mode. The stars have stolen the night away once again. Again, I'm Okapi. Glad that you chose to spend your evening here with us for a little while, doing some perlers. We know that love is here to stay. We're just going to move it on over to Quacksilver for the rest of the evening. So, until next time, remember, golden dreams were shiny days. Take care of yourselves, be excellent to each other. See you in the next one.